Welcome, everybody. This is VR Texas, the progressive news program where we talk about local issues and we always keep it real.
Speaking about keeping it real, what's this with the Chronicle and their fear-mongering?
The Chronicle had in this Sunday's paper the headline, "Defendants Getting Out of Jail at a Discount."
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, this is an article in a series of articles about the bail bond industry and bail bonds and pretrial issues. And it does the same thing that all of them have been doing. They've been fear-mongering. They've been missing the point. This one focuses on the bail bond industry.
Right. It almost seems like that article is talking about how the bail bond industry is collapsing, or there seems to be an issue with the bail bonds industry. And the fear-mongering is that, hey, Black and brown folks are getting out of jail.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, yes, it is true. The bail bond industry is suffering. It's because of bail reform, misdemeanor bail reform, that bail bondsmen can no longer prey on the marginalized people who need the bail to get out of jail pending trial. That's lessened. That's less than it used to be. That's a good thing, by the way.
I think that's a good thing. But you know what I'm really intrigued about is how come there's not a lot of transparency in the bail bond industry? It always feels like they got something going on underneath the radar.
Yeah, well, that's right. And that's one of the articles. There are actually two articles about this in this Sunday's paper. So they're focusing on it and they're talking about the lack of transparency. And let's be clear, the bail bonds industry is dirty and it doesn't have transparency. But the real issue here is that the cash bail system is a system that perpetuates white supremacy and puts the thumb on people who are already marginalized. It is an unjust system at its core. And the bail bonds industry is just a system of vulturing off of an already oppressive system.
Yeah, one of the key points that the article brings up is that bail bondsmen have resorted to payment plans for the people because they were not getting a lot of business. The folks could not afford the bond, and so they were sitting in jail. And so the bail bondsman, it's because it's a business, which there should not be a private for-profit business in government when it comes to incarcerating folks, primarily Black and brown folks. So that problem is that they didn't have enough money. If a Black or brown person is suspected of a crime, because everybody's due their due process, that they would put a payment plan, almost like a payday loan, on these folks who just want a fair shake.
Yeah, exactly. And so the thing that's lost here in the whole discussion, as the bail bond industry is suffering, and the whole drive of the article is that, oh, people are paying less than 10% to get out of jail. And now you have all these people on the streets who we, the Chronicle, don't think should be on the streets, or we're at least coloring it in that way. So you are afraid of the Black and brown people who are out on the streets and shouldn't be. That's really what's going on here. And that is wrong. The real thing that's going on is that we have this unjust system. And so the hypocrisy is palpable, because in one breath you have people saying, oh, public safety, you've got to have these people put in jail, and they bring out the worst anecdotes to express their points. In the same breath, they're not willing to wear a mask during a pandemic because that's government overreach, a bridge too far. But putting people in jail without due process, that's A-okay.
Well, so let's just be sure that we understand that this whole system is set in the idea of white supremacy. And, oh no, the people who run these bail bonds business are losing business. And what can we do as Harris County to keep them in business? Well, I think they should be out of business.
One of whom is sitting city council member Michael Kubash, who I think is going to run for mayor as the kind of Republican candidate. So we should not forget that he's a vulture upon these people. So sorry, go ahead. I wanted to put
No, I'm just going to say, I know we're running up on the hard close here, but all I want to say is if your business is geared to not be regulated, because the magic number is 10%, that's what the bonds are set for. If you set anything above that, they get regulated. If that is how you're operating your business, then there is a problem. And didn't the legislature have an opportunity to address this, and they affected charitable organizations?
Yeah, the second article talks about transparency, but they highlight that the Texas legislature thought about regulating the bonds industry, but they ended up regulating charitable organizations that help people get out on bail instead?
Time.
All right. I think we did it. We covered it all right. What do you think?
All right. We weren't able to cover everything, but just to highlight the last part, when they had a chance to do the right thing, they did it with charitable business. I'm Vince.
I'm Rob. Thank you for
joining. You go ahead. This is our first one. Go ahead.
All right. All right. That's the show. Roll it.